Got a special one lined up, few special guests in
Oh, tell them what we celebrating.
Well, let people say that. That ain't my business.
Hey, one thing I will say, Johnny, you got to talk to the mic, my boy.
Got to.
But oh no, listen, the guys, what they used to say, get hit.
Time to not
jump the broom, nigga.
Jump the broom.
I'm doing all those things. This is the bachelor party edition of the To Be Fair show. So before we bring in the Colombians, before we get the rippers in the back with the pole,
with the BBL,
yeah, with the lights and the neon, we're starting off with this. This is the pregame for the bachelor party. So about to enjoy ourselves, have a good little time, and some light-hearted conversations. I think we might have a versus in here. I can't wait for the old head Braille versus Mr. Hayden Part 3.
Man, he getting cooked. This nigga's a cyber bully, bro.
All right. But nonetheless, Johnny, back to you, bro.
Oh, yeah, we have special guests.
And the mic, man.
Quest in the building.
Yeah.
Jeffrey in the building.
Jeffrey.
I'm in a new space.
Johnny, he doesn't do well with change.
But we'll hop into the rock, paper, scissors, and we'll get into it.
We supposed to. Johnny's out of here.
Oh yeah.
Get your ass out of here. All right. So how we gonna do this? We're gonna go Q, Tone, Johnny, and then me. I'm gonna take us home.
Okay. I say let's keep everybody like 2 memes since we're doing 4.
Okay.
And it's a big group. Yeah, go to my memes. Start with that one in the middle. I think that this is funny. Maybe we have a conversation that pops out of it.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Dang. Who made the diabetes?
I did, baby. Is it too sweet?
Oh no, it's just right. That smell like cancer. I smell like cancer over there on the grill, boy.
You don't want none of this.
Oh, I'll be over there. Let me get a plate. I got to get me one of them.
Let me know your boy was
Take
a packet of cigarettes from the bottom.
Pass me the high blood pressure, bro. Ain't the no high blood pressure.
God damn.
And wasting all that food.
Right.
Video.
So I heard you be cooking, boy. What you be cooking?
The other night, I made some inflammation smothered erectile dysfunction with a side of depression.
Man, that sounds real good. I need some of that erectile dysfunction.
Oh, it was good.
Oh, Uncle Steve, that smells good. What's that? Boy, you don't know nothing about these damn gouts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what my daddy got.
Hey, you put your foot in these strokes, baby.
Now you know I don't eat everybody hypertension. You sure is that good hypertension? Is that good? I'm trying. Ain't got no more room. Man, all we got is these high cholesterol. Yeah. Oh, for me? All for you, buddy.
Now go ahead and heat it up and pour the juice back over top of it. It'll clog your arteries faster.
Somebody gonna get up out of here. I'm definitely taking some of the cardiac arrests and them obesities to go. They was to die for.
That was to die for.
That was about to shit a little too long.
Oh yeah, it kept running. But yeah, no, I think that was funny. But then it goes to just that basic idea of eating to live, and how do we do have a culture of eating horribly, and we kind of push the can down the road because that food tastes good.
Facts.
We about to eat real unhealthy in a little bit.
Yeah, facts.
But I just want to talk to
the extra cheese and the extra
strokes.
Yeah.
Hypertension, yeah.
Man, that's an easy one though. I mean, we all know it's true.
Yeah.
Facts.
Think about the amount of butt. Like if you ever watched any of these, it clicks and hits home when you watch this food get made. So you watch them pouring sugar and all the butter and everything else that goes into these recipes, you be feeling guilty.
Yeah,
watching it, you're like, I know I'm gonna smash, but goodness gracious,
that's a fact.
What's the ramifications behind it?
I also think it's like a mindset too, because like when you try to go to like say like the healthy food and you like
be nasty,
it'd be nasty, but it's a mindset thing. I don't think it's like,
I don't think so. I think it just be nasty.
No, it's not a mindset though.
I think you can learn to like it, and you can learn. You can.
It's a lifestyle.
Brain to where you like appreciate that stuff and the same feelings the bad food give you.
It's just an acquired taste.
I know
that's all it is.
One lady I seen, she said she really literally just eats to survive. It don't have nothing to do with taste at all. So
yeah, no, I've definitely heard like when you used to back in the day, my earthy women days. like they'll get into that bag of like, I don't eat for things that taste good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like for what it actually does for my body.
It's like the same thing with alcohol. That shit don't taste good.
Now I like the taste of certain.
We had that,
Oh, yeah.
we had that
I don't
tequila
know that-
last night that tasted.
Oh nah, that motherfucker.
tasted
Nah,
great.
that did taste really good.
No, I remember you had said something about that before, about like drinking alcohol, you don't get refreshed from it.
Mm-hmm.
When we had that conversation,
It actually dehydrates you.
Yeah. I don't drink for the taste of it. I drink for the
outcome.
The outcome. Exactly. The
I drink
vibe.
for the taste of it. Sure.
That shit's nasty, bro.
It's hard for you to do that with food. Though.
Maybe your tequila, maybe your whiskey, or maybe you might be a gin nigga. I don't know.
Nah.
He's a tequila boy.
That's a gin nigga right there. If I
It's like because to me, like I enjoy the taste of Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jameson is like I enjoy like certain taste of them, and then certain ones I don't really like the taste of.
Yeah. So do you like when you go to the liquor store, what type of shelf do you look at? Like
Well, I get a tequila, and I just be trying a whole bunch of different shit.
Trying different.
Yeah.
I don't like tequila. Tequila tastes like throw up to me.
Damn.
Oh, you extra.
Yeah, gin is disgusting.
Gin is nasty.
Gin is probably the
Gin
worst
tastes
one.
like pine cones.
Yeah.
Nah, it tastes like Christmas.
So I'm gonna throw one more quick one, and I'm out of it. Go to that first one, the first thing.
All right.
You got
Don't you love when I come
And that, my friend, is Ivy. He gonna turn up, boy. But that's also like one of those fire moments when, like, you know, like you just laying in there with your like your kid, your son and daughter, and the moments where they just come over there while y'all in the bed and they just lay their heads on you. They're like they're chilling. They might be watching their favorite little, you know, what I mean, YouTube music thing or whatever, but they hit you with that one. She done just gave Mom Dukes the business, but now she over there chilling on you. But yeah, that was for me. That one hit home.
Nah, for sure. Ain't nothing like that when they actually first start doing the laying the head on you.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a different vibe right there for sure.
All right, well, I can see the rest of my time, and whoever wants.
It's on tone.
I'm up. All right. I actually had some. I had one for the bachelor party, man.
All right.
Yeah. So let me present this again.
You said from it
for the bachelor party. I thought this was kind of funny.
I went to Cabo for my friend's bachelorette. I love all women on a trip. It's very well planned. My boyfriend was on a bachelor trip in parallel, and the lack of itinerary and lack of planning was hilarious. Like, oh, we might golf today. The 18 of you might golf today. What do you mean that's not planned?
It's a miracle if we all get to the same place.
We have 7 reservations ready to go. I mean, we're eating 3.5 meals a day at least. We have a planned snack time.
Not us. There's maybe one activity a day, and the rest is like, maybe we'll just like drink it back at the house.
I went to Cabo for my friend's bachelorette. I love all women on a trip. It's very well planned.
Yeah, so I thought that was funny. I was like, it's facts for the bachelor party, bro.
Yeah, that's facts.
With bottles and vibes.
Hey. I
don't know who idea that was about hooping after drinking for 6
at noon,
almost 8 hours.
Hey, listen, I want to put everybody in an uncomfortable.
We should have hooped before we drunk.
Jeff, Keith, and Quest hoop.
Bro, I was gonna hey, my clothes in the car.
My clothes
are in the car.
I'm a shooter.
I wanted to know.
Oh no,
we can get wings after this. Ain't nobody playing football.
And Tone.
I'm not taking no shot.
Tone too.
Tone not balling, bro. Y'all ain't never seen me play no ball.
They said they ain't ducking no smoke.
I ain't ducking no smoke.
I'm a shooter and I play good defense.
Y'all ain't never seen
me. If you guard me, you gonna be tired.
I'm playing lockdown defense and taking no shots. I can't dribble.
Hey, that be the same nigga got his knee bleeding and shit. Talk about playing lockdown
I
defense.
think my chair malfunctioned. This shit just fell apart.
Shout out to the Airbnb.
Shout out to
Oh, yeah,
these
no, I
screws
did.
that just fell out this shit.
Okay, so I got 2 more. One of these. This is just a silly one though. Ain't nothing. What's up?
Before you move past that, I will say that I learned the difference between how women travel and how men travel when I got with my wife. I still have it in my phone to the day. We went to Texas for Valentine's Day in 2022, and we had a 2-page itinerary.
Dang.
Down to the minute, like where we were going to be. and it changed the way I looked at traveling because we got so much done in such a short. We were there for like 3 days.
I'm not trying to get no whole bunch of shit done on vacation, bro.
Right,
Vacation,
bro.
I'm trying to sit the fuck down somewhere.
Bro, sit
I
the
don't
fuck
want
down at home.
Yeah, but nigga, I do that all the time. But my thing is like, bro, to me that's not a vacation. Vacation don't mean go and do a bunch of shit.
All right, so
I do a bunch of shit day to day. Like vacation to me, it is the no itinerary. Get the oil, goddamn, and I sit and fucking chill and enjoy a sight.
It's two
Like
different
enjoy
types of vacations
the
that you can take though. There's two different types of vacations. You can take your ass to Myrtle Beach and sit on the balcony and get the oil. Or if you go to a place you've never been before, why the fuck would you go across the country?
Oh yeah, you go overseas and all that. Like if you go overseas and all that, yeah. You don't go to Africa and not experience Africa. Like I understand that, but I'm talking about just a regular vacation,
bro.
You said going
What's
to
a
Texas.
regular vacation though?
You said Texas. That's a regular vacation to me.
You would go to Texas and not go and see all the like.
Not all of the shit. I'll go and see a thing or two, but I'm cool on all of the shit. I'm not trying to see all of fucking Texas. Like
I ain't taking no trip with y'all niggas.
I'm cool. I'm cool with that. That don't bother me at all.
And that's how me,
Don't give
that's
a
how me and
fuck.
Turtle was when we went to LA.
Bro, I was miserable.
He wanted to go see everything. I think, and we was like, bro,
Man, like when you in LA, you gotta go eat at the In-N-Out. You gotta go see like the little strip.
regular shit.
Bro, Turtle was scared to go to the marathon store.
Yeah, I'm saying like
No, I want to go to the marathon store though.
No, Turtle was like, I'm not going over there.
Oh no, I'm going to the marathon store if I go.
Well, here's what I think with itineraries. Like if you go, it's cool to have
just
one.
on OD
to have one, but like you can't be so strict to it to where like. ruins,
But motherfuckers
like,
be done put in
all the
deposits and shit.
like, and that's
bro.
it's good to have a
You go
guideline,
to Texas,
but you
you
gotta
gotta
be
deposit
flexible.
at one of them popping ass with day party shits and shit. Like, why would I not go and experience this whole little thing?
Bro, we
like,
took
like,
it.
did y'all go to Houston?
We went to Austin. But we
Oh,
took
Austin got the whole
for instance,
RC scene.
we
So
took
y'all,
a
like, did y'all go to the strip with all the bars and shit?
bro, we did all that shit. We went and we took a
Too much talk about
Segway
that,
tour on at one morning while we were there, where we went all the way to the state capitol on Segways and learned all this shit.
What, history?
Yeah,
I don't want to do that shit.
bro, y'all.
I don't even
Hey, you can tell by he said what history.
Nigga, you went to school?
I'm not doing that.
Educated?
There's a word that you learn about females when they travel that niggas never use. Excursions.
Yeah.
You ain't never
Oh
heard
yeah,
me
yeah,
use that
yeah.
word
Facts.
Excursions.
Hey, I ain't gonna.
Bro,
They
I
be
went
like,
on
they
a,
got an excursion here.
excursions are the word. Like I went on an excursion in Louisiana, bro. It was hot. We was stuck there. We was on a fucking island, bro. We was stuck there. It was hot, and you had to wait for the fucking boat to come pick you up.
It's hilarious.
That was a bad excursion.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Like, excursion could be anything. That shit could be like, zip lining or they did the ATV.
And I think the shit.
Yeah, nah, that was hard. I would do some ATV
Yeah,
shit.
they just came back from somewhere in Mexico, in which they had literally that whole thing. Like,
Yeah, I seen it.
I
Yeah,
was in there like exactly that meme where they had a like full day itinerary. So
Yeah.
they were waking up like 8. Let's do the ATVs.
But you have more fun on a vacation like that. I don't give a fuck what these niggas over here talking about.
yeah.
These niggas talking crazy.
But
Nah,
They
but
have way more.
you gotta have a
fun.
balance.
Ideal vacation.
It's called a balance. It's called a balance.
I like the itinerary, but I'm also like I
Nah.
freestyle a little bit. It'd be like,
But see, that's
4 hours in the middle of the day. We
But-
seen it today.
I don't think anybody sticks to the itinerary down to the minute though.
Yeah.
But it just gives you a game plan on the things that you
Or
can
what you
do.
could do.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
sometimes you tap out and be like, fuck it.
I kind of think when we went to the mountains, that was kind of a good balance.
That was
a good balance. We was able to go, and then we was able to spend time at the house too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did y'all do out there?
We did that little
Indoor
skydiving thing. Yeah.
That shit was fun.
And I always wanted to go to the indoor
I
skydiving.
go on the whiskey tour.
I'm not going real
I think
skydiving,
my
but
main
I'll
thing
do
is
the indoor
I don't like
skydiving.
outside.
Yeah,
I don't
we
like
did.
being outside.
Oh, yeah, you can't
I don't like
travel.
being outside, bro.
You can't travel with me and Alex.
Oh yeah. Now going to Tennessee anyway, you got to go walk the strip. We didn't do that, but walking the strip is actually the thing. People
Oh, you know,
talk about
that's-
you get drunk just walking the strip.
Oh no, you definitely get drunk walking the strip.
I think y'all came, like everybody came at different times.
That is right. Oh yeah, y'all was because me and Johnny rode together. We got there. We was looking for y'all, and then we was like, "Fuck, man, we going to Dick's."
I bet you did go to Dick's.
I bet your mom.
That's
I bet you did.
Your
Go to
mom
jail.
went to dick.
I bet you fucking did.
All right,
Diddy is not sponsoring the podcast.
Oh yeah, let me move on.
He was about to knock their computer over.
These other two go together. But I seen the skit. Y'all ever see the African kids doing the skits?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I seen
yeah.
this. I didn't recognize
The
what they was
Trump
doing at first, but I thought that shit's
The Trump
hilarious.
joint was-
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, look at this guy Donald. That's Donald.
Hey, look at that tool, bro. Bro got that pole for real.
But look at how they
What
look
happened?
around.
Hey, bro. The fact that he was like, bro, let me get my shoes on. I'm like, somebody just shouted to you. You worried about putting your shoes on? Let me get my shoes.
Oh man.
Sir, we trying to get you off. Just let me get the shoes.
But this one with this other meme, I'm like, I got some smoke for Donald Trump this week. You know, we normally don't.
Nigga, how many memes you think you finna get,
Bro, I'm getting this.
Could this be America's last election if Donald Trump wins? Listen to what the former president told a Christian group at the Turning Point USA Believers Summit in West Palm Beach. The former president telling the crowd that if they reelect him to the White House, they won't have to worry about voting ever again.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years. You know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
He said
And that's where,
and
that's where everybody has to jump off the goddamn boat. Like, no matter how, like, and that's what I was thinking. That was one that I sent in as well. I was going to use that one. So I feel like at that point, nigga, that's a no-go.
Yeah, you got to get this nigga out of
here. You cannot say I love America and have a flag in front of your house and then vote for that. After a nigga says that, I was okay. You know what I mean? I was being unbiased. You know what I mean? I was trying to make an educated decision based on the information presented to me and shit this time. And then I said,
he think he was saying that he's gonna be a
nigga, what did he just say?
He said what he said, bro.
He said
Johnny knew back. He knew that.
No, he
Go
said
ahead, Johnny.
fix the country. It's like
No, that nigga said
in 4 years, you won't have to worry about another election.
that nigga said you will not have to vote again. But he said you will not have to vote again.
Johnny, real quick. Let me I'm moderating.
Go ahead, moderate, bro.
To unpack for a quick second. I do want to hear both of y'all sides.
This nigga Johnny bullshit now, bro.
Johnny, talk to him. What did you take?
Well, I think what he was saying, he's a marketer, he's a salesman.
Okay.
He's selling to get people out this one time. He's making a big push, and he's like, if you do this, the country's going to be fixed. You're not going to have to worry about the demo. You're not going to have to worry about. He's not saying I'm going to be in charge of the country moving forward. He didn't say that.
You got it. You got it.
And so
I have a retort. I have a rebuttal to that. So since you are a sales professional in real life,
he got a box that I ain't even see coming. Go ahead. This nigga pulling cardboard out the closet and shit.
So since you're a sales professional in real life, isn't it easy to agree that a salesperson that lies to a customer to get the sale is a bad salesperson?
Yeah.
Because it almost sounded like you were giving him a pat on the back for being a salesperson. But what he was doing was not selling. That nigga lying. You're not gonna ever have to vote again. Is crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy. Yeah,
that's crazy,
bro.
Johnny, tell him how he made you feel when he pumped
the Democrats put a candidate. I'm saying, but y'all,
He saw
but
true
y'all gonna vote for a
leadership.
candidate y'all didn't vote for either.
Vulnerable.
Say again.
The Democrats got a candidate nobody voted for either. So
But hold on. This is my
nobody
thing.
voted for Kamala.
I get it. I get that. But this nigga's literally. So at first, what they was saying, what was the ad that they was running? It was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be a dictator for the first day. Remember, he said that. Then he said
about the border.
Right, he just be saying.
Fuck the other ad that they was playing on YouTube, real tough. He was saying that, or they were saying that he was saying that he was going to be a dictator. And remember, we were talking about it. We were saying like, no, what it sounds like the term president. Am I going to be a 3-term president? Oh, yeah. And so like, I was like, no, if you think about it, what he's saying is I had so much power while I was outside of office that you could consider me president for 3 terms if I get reelected. And so I'm like, we making all of these fucking, you know what I mean, giving them soft landings here and soft landings there.
What he's saying isn't smart. It's really dumb.
Now it's like, bro, how many hints around fucking fascism and shit do you have to give me before I believe it?
Bro, if you watch,
you can't just keep like,
he's damn near Homelander. Like that's why I realized that he damn near Homelander. Yeah. Like he just say, like he actually kept going in that statement, and he was saying something about like he can say whatever he wants, and his people are not going to disagree with like,
and that's true.
Whatever.
And
I'm like, man,
the Democrats feel that same way.
No, but look, hold on.
You wasn't black if you didn't vote for
I don't give a fuck. Now that's completely different than what this man is saying, bro. Like this is extreme. I can do 4 more of Biden, the immigrant shit. I can do 4 more of that shit. But then if this man is talking something crazy, bro, like this is going too far. This is going too far at this point. And I consider myself a conservative black man. But at some point, you have to draw the fucking line, bro. That's too far. That's too far. Like what? This is like over and over and over. We have to keep on making ourselves feel better about this shit. Nah, that's not what he's saying. Then he'll say it again. Nah, what he meant was this. Then he say it again. Like, bro, at some point, you got to just be like, okay, even if you're going to do it or not, like, you're saying this shit. So I'm willing to believe that you're going to do exactly what you're saying, even though we know you lie all the time. I'm still going to take it at face value because what do? Like just allow, oh yeah, we're going to go back and do stop and frisk again. And hold on, bro. What are you talking about, bro? What are we talking about at this point, bro? Now you're doing too much. I'm sorry. I'm off the train, bro.
Johnny, go ahead and land the plane. What is your retort to that? And let him know.
I was going to say, look, we'll find out. The election coming up. We'll
bro,
see.
Who is we?
You in America too, right?
We already know. That's what I'm saying. We mean we'll find out.
Hey, I'm officially afraid now, bro. They was fear mongering. They were fear mongering. Yeah, but he's now I'm afraid of the shit he's saying, not the shit they're saying he said.
You gonna be afraid,
bro. This campaign trail is getting much different.
Period. I don't care who the candidate is, Democrat, Republican. I'm just tired of living in fear. I ain't scared of them motherfuckers. Like,
why you been living in fear, Johnny?
Because they've been fear mongering the whole time. Like if you look at the news and you see and you believe the stuff they're saying, why wouldn't you be in fear?
So you believe the things that they've been saying and you've been in fear?
I'm not no more.
Oh, okay.
I quit that. And
we can move forward.
I stay quiet because I don't care about politics like
this. And I guess it's on
Johnny. I think it's on you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's on me. What you let me get Umar.
Well, Umar been on one this week, bro.
Yeah.
Umar been everywhere this week, bro.
Slide down the
stairs. While she's expressing her points about me, everything she just said may be wrong. She may have accused me of cheating. She may have accused me of all kinds of things. But guess what? This is her truth in this moment. Let me shut up. Let her say what she needs to say. When she's done, reflective listening. Baby, you believe the reason I came home at 1 o'clock last night because I was over my baby mom's. Is that how you feel? Do you believe that? Okay, let me try to prove it. You see? Let me try to prove to you that I was not there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The problem with us, because most of us was raised by women, we get a little bitchy. You see that? So when our queen get bitchy, we want to get bitchy right back. That's not the behavior of a man. That's not masculine. Masculinity says she's in her pain. And because she's in her pain, I'm going to validate her even if she's incorrect, because I don't ever want her to feel that I don't understand where she's coming from.
Hey, before y'all like hop in, I do want to say I'd like to have a round of applause and welcome Johnny back to the Black Queens Forever Club.
Right. Bro, Johnny, don't let them, bro. Love who you want to love, bro. I don't. It's all right, bro. Whatever you want to do is okay with me, bro.
Oh, to me.
All right, so I found myself on a very interesting side of these types of topics. Like he brought masculinity into it, which also brings femininity into it. I don't think nothing that he said has to do with somebody's gender. All he's expressing is that somebody has proper communication with their partner, listening to what somebody said, and instead of responding to instead of listening to respond, listening to understand what the person is saying, and then responding based off what you understood off of what they were saying.
So I got a question for you, and actually it rolls right into, and I'll actually concede and not even do my means because this runs right into your topic, right?
But yeah.
So if y'all want, I don't know if that. This is he's talking about communication.
Right. But I feel like
But
that still is kind of like on the same. I guess. Okay, so let's start here. I'll start here. So, do you believe that other than that there are differences between men and women outside of the physical? Do you believe that we have differences outside of physical differences? Do you believe that?
No.
So you believe that women I mean that the society doesn't groom women differently to think and move and identify things along their life differently than the world teaches men to do it?
No, that's absolutely correct, but that's two different questions.
No, so I think that they are wanting to say. Go ahead.
All right, so let's say you take a family. Let's say the Amish. Them niggas don't use the internet.
Right.
If you have the opportunity at that point to raise boys and girls equally, I think if you in that situation raise them equally, they will behave equally. That's just my
because what you talked about was conditioning.
Right, yeah, but I mean, and I understand that.
But you said if you think that there's differences between
outside of the physical.
Like usually that would mean like mental or like things like that. But you're talking about like society's conditioning and how you're
to change. Okay, I get how you could separate the two. So now you understand what I'm saying. So like I'm talking more in the real world, like in the world as we see it and move.
Is that what you're asking?
No, yes, I mean they are. The social construct is just completely different. The way that they process is different than the way we process based on the culture that we are in. No, I'm not saying like it's like genetic. I'm not talking about like out the womb. I don't know. Like, well, actually, shit.
I don't think
there actually is a difference out the womb too.
I don't think so. I don't think it's genetic. I think if Q has a baby girl right now, I feel like him and his future wife are in 100% control of how she comes up and who she becomes. So if she becomes a woman that can't communicate, doesn't have accountability, and all of the things that we say women lack in the relationship that men don't lack in the relationship, it's their responsibility to raise her in a manner that bypasses all of that.
So, and I get that.
And then for our boys, it's the exact same thing. So where somebody said this on Facebook the other day, and I agree with it 100%. I don't think it's a situation where men are less emotional, men are any of that shit. I think it's the fact that men are just as emotional, but we mask it because we also lack emotional intelligence.
Right.
We just show.
Let's not go too deep into that because that's like literally his topic.
Yeah, we better.
All right,
so we're gonna get into that.
So y'all gonna fuck my Umar hands up. Like I was getting into
so you felt like you was, and I want to get deep, but okay, we can do that. We can do that.
But all right, so nevertheless, whatever, bro. I forgot where I was.
Oh, bad.
This is gonna be a good.
Y'all derailed the plane.
Good clip for the internet.
Oh yeah.
But you got another one, John? Oh, Chris, did you have something for it?
Well, I will say this kind of based on what y'all was talking about. I think like even scientists would tell you like sex is like a biological fact. There's males, there's females. Gender, that is a social construct, and it's based on each society determines the role they want their women to play and the role that they want the men to play.
That's what that community
is. In each society, over time,
the community.
It makes perfect sense when you think back to World War II when all the men went overseas. What did the women do?
They went to work. They went to the factories.
They held the whole country down.
Hell yeah, they did.
And so,
that's true.
That's
so like there was nothing about like.
But you see what it. But
from doing that,
hey, we appreciate y'all strong ass.
And you see what it. I mean, hey, at the end of the day.
Like, that sounds firm. We like it soft.
That's all.
I'm cool on the firm joints too. Though.
You right.
Hey, as long as it's a woman's ass,
All the
firm
ham.
soft, I don't care. I like
all the ham.
whatever.
We accept all hams.
Loose knuckle Mondays.
Loose knuckle
If
Mondays.
marinated or not, we want the ham, bro.
Yeah. And again, shout out to the chat. Right now, due to the Airbnb scenario, you can't necessarily see the chat, but continue engaging. Continue letting it run down. Johnny, give us one more.
Hey, yeah, let me get on the opposite side of that blue shirt. Forgiveness is unfair because this is the 2B.
An apology is not a prerequisite to forgiveness. Forgiveness is unfair. It is saying there is somebody that did a real wrong and a real hurt, and the innocent party that felt that hurt is going to be the one to bear it and not charge it to the account of the person that did that wrong. It's unfair. It is unfair. It's unfair. It hurt. It hurt. It hurt. But listen, unforgiveness, nursing a grudge, is a relief that brings lasting hurt. Forgiveness is a hurt that brings lasting relief.
That's
An
tough.
apology.
That was tough.
Yeah, just
that was tough.
Hey, forgetting people, not even for them, but for yourself.
Yeah.
You can't walk around holding on to like, oh, that hurt, because it's only gonna like slow you down, keep you from getting the way you want.
And we big time into like matching the energy. You know, the way if you know, I'm just matching the energy. At the end of the day, like, what do you got? We got more of the same energy and more of the same energy. You know what I mean? Like, at what point does it like, do you decide that like, nah, I'm like over that shit? Like, I really have no ill will towards you. I don't wish you any bad, but maybe I do have to disconnect from, but at the same time, like you and then go ahead. Okay, my bad. You said you was going to say something.
I
Go ahead.
was going to toss the quest. You know,
No, I was about to say, I recently just had a conversation with a female. We was having a conversation, and she asked me, "How do I handle conflict?" And I said, "I try to, but I'm jumping up. But anyway, I said I try to solve that conflict as as calmly as possible." But back what you were saying, but when the energy changes, it's a whole different thing. So then I'm gonna match your energy, and if it comes down to like whatever physical or being, that's going back and forth, I definitely, I'm big on like matching the energy that you give me. But at the end of the day, I want to solve that conflict as simple as possible, so where we don't get to that point.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
What up, Jeff?
I just liken it to me moving to Troutman. I just disappear in your ass.
With your boy.
Yeah, I'm not even matching the energy type of person because I don't have the energy to match your energy.
Yeah.
If I feel like you, if you're acting a certain kind of way towards me, that just lets me know where we are. And then if where we are isn't where I need to be, it's as simple as that.
Yep.
I'm gonna just get real low on you.
Let me ask a question in this situation. Just curious, how quick are y'all to ask for forgiveness, like, or to realize if you did a wrong to somebody?
Ask for forgiveness.
Like that's a hard thing too. Like to be able to say, "Hey, I did this wrong. I apologize.
yeah.
Like I would like forgive."
Well, that's a
that
vulnerable
person would
spot.
have to have, but that person would have to bring it to me because I've always prided myself on being somebody that says what I mean and mean what I say. So if I said something, typically I meant that shit.
Yeah.
And if it hurt your feelings or whatever, it's your job to come to me and say, "Hey, look, I didn't like the way you said this, so I didn't like what you said."
So I got a question for you. Why you saying that? So do you saying, to me that sounds like you don't ever sit back and be like, damn, the outcome that I was looking for wasn't necessarily the outcome that I actually received based on the way that I delivered the information.
Typically
like a lot of the times, like what I'll do is like in my reflection, I'll realize and like go back and think like, damn, did I get across exactly what I was meaning to get across to this specific person? because of course everybody doesn't understand the words and the way that you put words together the same way. And not saying someone's smarter or slower. What I'm saying is that like it's just based on the person, the way that they receive information may be different, and you may not be able to articulate or you may have not articulated in the way that is best for them to respond in the way that you wanted their response to be.
Well,
So go ahead.
Well, typically for me, I'm a thinker. So before I even walk into that situation, I've already devised a way that I'm going to approach that situation based off of who I'm talking to.
Mm-hmm.
I know if I'm talking to Johnny or Q or you, all three of y'all have three different ways of communicating and understanding messages.
Right.
And if we all have a phone conversation, that phone conversation is going to sound completely different. So I've already pieced together the way I'm going to approach this situation. Yeah. And that way is going to be the only way I can approach that situation based off who I'm talking to.
Right. But that's also that's easier to say when you have the relationships that we have and we built. It's a built relationship, an understanding that comes over time.
Oh, I don't try to do none of that shit with niggas I don't know.
Oh, you just don't talk to motherfuckers.
They crash.
Ain't gonna front though. When you get to a certain age, you be like, I don't care about having no new friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely no new friends.
About to ask you for no forgiveness. Go ahead about your
if it's
business.
somebody that I don't have a real relationship with or don't care,
yeah,
I'm just gonna tell them how it is. It's gonna be blunt,
And
because that's the only way I know how to be.
So I guess I'll ask this question within that frame, because sometimes words I don't be necessarily knowing like exactly what we mean inside real application. So when we say ask for forgiveness, are we literally like saying I'm asking for your forgiveness for this thing, or is that like as simple as
I was referring to recognize?
Let me finish. Are we referring to like saying I apologize for my bad and things like that? Because like that within my relationship, I definitely would.
Yeah.
Like if I take that long shower and I think like, damn, I probably came off a little hot this day.
Mm-hmm.
I can apologize.
But they would have to bring that to you and let you know, like, hey, look, I feel
not necessarily though. That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say.
But
depending on like how you understand like department cues and like so like you can have somebody that if their feelings get hurt, they kind of like shut down a little bit.
True.
You know what I mean? But like you're communicating with them at that moment, whatever you thought was you needed to get across, you was getting across.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you reflect, like, damn, I'm thinking about this. That might I might have, you know what I mean, kind of like overstepped a little bit.
Yeah.
To me, I can come back to a situation 2 hours later, like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
my bad. I feel like I came on a little strong. How did you feel about that, or whatever? Whether they felt that way or not, if I have like that thought after reflecting, then I will kind of approach that.
But are you asking for forgiveness to make yourself feel better, or are you really considering their feelings?
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like the actual forgiveness thing sounds like that's what I'm saying. Like how does that actually really look?
Yeah.
And so to me in that scenario, it's to make everything move perfect.
Yeah, because
so like it's maybe there's a selfish part to it. But then there's also the part of making sure that they feel understood, heard, and valued inside, like whatever the disagreement or argument was, and didn't feel like I was just like being an irrational like person.
Yeah,
but I think there's a layer to what you put in there where you knew that you came off.
Yeah.
Where I guess we were talking about two different things.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was referring to though. Like knowing that
if
you
you know you came in hot.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
Yeah,
like,
be like you
what
got
my wife had said, and knew like he was saying that her attitude changed or she kind of drew into herself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, I apologize for, but I did that because this is how I feel, and just keeping that communication piece open, so that she does feel comfortable with saying, "Well, damn, I feel like this."
Yeah. And that's a good point you just made too. Still being able to say how you really feel, like even if it is harsh. Hey, I did feel this way, but it might not have been proper how I said it.
But get your shit off.
Yeah.
Don't not get your shit off.
You gotta let people know.
Catch all of your fades.
Hey, but that's another thing about like when you're asking for forgiveness, because you're coming like humbly, like you're admitting that you did a wrong, and they don't have to forgive you. You might not, and so depending on what it is. You putting yourself like on the line to maybe get another like to get rejected again, because they don't have to necessarily forgive you just because you asked for it. If you went past that line and you really hurt somebody's feelings. I'm gonna go back to like when it comes to like the matching energies and like why like giving forgiveness is like personal, because like sometimes you give a forgiveness because you care about the relationship and you want to, you know, move forward peacefully and in harmony. And matching energy isn't always conducive for that. When you're in a new relationship, you're meeting somebody, you got to figure out.
That matching energy shit is childish.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say one thing to piggyback on what you were saying about the like asking for forgiveness. The one thing that a lot of guys that I've been around and talked to about their like relationships and is that like once you mess up, and however it is that you mess up, you don't dictate how long it takes for the person to give the forgiveness. You know what I mean? This shit could take, you know what I mean? It could take a year.
Fire.
Do you know what I mean? It could take a year. If the relationship if you want the relationship and it's worth hanging on to, then you stick it out and you know what I mean? Do what is necessary. I ain't saying you got to be kissing toe, like going all out, but like you should definitely it is a must that you have a change in behavior.
Exactly.
Consistently. A consistent change in behavior.
Because just saying I'm sorry.
Yeah, that shit don't mean nothing.
I'm sorry. Like every
bro,
time you do something,
I literally am teaching my daughter that, bro. I'm literally teaching my 4-year-old daughter. She loves to like say she's sorry every time she does something wrong, knowing that like you knew you weren't supposed to do that shit. So like you're sorry doesn't mean much. And like I'm literally trying to instill that in her now. Like you just saying sorry. Don't nobody care if you gonna do it again. Right. If I know you gonna do it again too.
Those are the lessons you gotta teach your kids that people don't be talking about.
No, facts.
Like,
you gotta communicate with kids.
Stuff.
That's real.
So it goes back to something you said where that's very true. You don't get to offend people or do things to people and then decide how they feel about what you did.
Right.
After you deliver whatever message you got to deliver, you got to be willing to stand on whatever the consequences of that message are. So I might lose a friendship.
Yeah,
my relationship might be over, or I don't get to talk to my friend for a month or two. You got to be willing to stand on that, because you can't tell that person, "Oh, I said sorry, so it should be over." Because you can't tell somebody how to feel.
Yeah,
you've done something to offend them.
You do got to accept the consequences. I think forgiveness is for you though. So it's like if you know you're wrong, you come to somebody and you tell them that, and like you ever not forgiving somebody and seeing how that feels, like to hold on to. It'd be a lot to hold on to a grudge sometimes.
Oh, not me.
I can't. I ain't got to answer, because it'd be like certain times it'd be like you start realizing that like I'm thinking about them way more than I would like to think about them.
Oh no, that's because you care.
Oh yeah, like
you cross me, I don't give a fuck.
Facts.
That shit is over.
Yeah, no, and I think that you know something too. I think that I honestly think that there's strength in a person that has the ability to forgive. Mm-hmm. That is like, to me, like even in my marriage, we've been married for quite some time. There's a fucking lot of forgiveness on both sides, and that's actually what strengthened our relationship. Like even like with me and Q had we had some, you know what I mean, a separation point, and the forgiveness is the reason that made our relationship even tighter. Like I once you go through these things, and I think that we naturally, because it don't feel good, we'll just cut people off, people that you actually love. You'll cut people that you actually love off.
Definitely done that.
And instead of having the tough conversation, and the forgiveness to me is like, and I hate to go to like a spiritual, you know, not even hate, I don't mind doing it, but like I think that the ultimate like human experience is to understand that we're imperfect beings, and that forgiveness is a requirement of society. We can't not forgive.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
That was a good point.
Like if we don't, where it would have been over a
long time ago.
It should really be a pillar to society. That's what
it depends on the original relationship.
Yeah.
Some people don't deserve your forgiveness.
I can understand that.
I think it's a fire way of kind of unpacking the whole thing. What I did want to do really quickly, as some of these guys come in and out, behind us, you can see them a little blurred out, but keep it on this shot right here. Come up here a little, real quick, CJ.
Brother.
It's CJ's birthday.
It is. Today is also CJ's birthday.
Oh damn! I ain't know that. Happy birthday, bro. Damn.
Hey, you know what? That was actually like an original meme. Like we every end of like we so a lot of us know each other from the drumline.
Mhm.
CJ, we came into college together, and one of like the CJ memes that we did pretty much every single
day was his birthday.
Might have been like every single day, if not every week, was that we kind of made a freshman. Like at the end of band practice, you have like announcements and shit like that.
Mhm.
And so we used to make one of them raise their hand and say that it was CJ's birthday and make everybody like, oh, he hated it too.
Every single time they be like,
never got the presents either.
Yeah. Nonetheless, like I said, one to introduce the homie. It is CJ. It is partially his birthday. I don't know if you want to say something. I don't know if you was listening to the conversation or not. All right, so CJ, as we continue going on, if you want to pop in, let us know. But we'll kind of keep things going. But yeah, CJ is an eligible bachelor here in Charlotte, North Carolina. No, I'm joking. He is a woman, and
you better get him.
No, nigga, you can't joke like that, bro. No, that's not cool,
bad,
bro.
You gonna have that man asking for forgiveness.
We going to commercial.
Now, the nigga, hey, Q sometimes be having jokes that be got there. You have to set them Jones straight before you even get any further.
We not going nowhere.
Hell no.
Hey, my bad, CJ Wifey. But yeah, nonetheless, keep the train moving. Are we done with the memes?
Yeah, I'm gonna rest my memes. Honestly, the biggest meme I wanted to have was the Trump one, which Tone just fucking extended his time and just played 5 fucking memes. And
I played 3 memes.
I'd rather go ahead and let's get, because I know we got some good conversation coming up.
Okay.
I think we got some good conversation coming up.
Yeah, where is the food?
Don't do that to Keith, bro.
They went, yeah. Keith and
Don't do that to Keith.
and which call went.
What did y'all order? Some high cholesterol or what did y'all get?
Yeah.
We had some. I had
Some motherfucking hypertension.
Side of strokes.
It don't matter if it get cold. Keith ain't eating it. Let's consider leftovers at that point.
I ain't having no leftovers.
This shit ain't got no original heat on
Hey,
it. I'm not eating.
the craziest thing is like a nigga that don't eat the day after spaghetti. That is crazy.
That's
like,
crazy.
Like I think there was any pasta.
Any pasta.
Yeah, any pasta.
That's the
Because it's like they marinate. It marinate.
All the flavors mixed together.
But listen, y'all talking about somebody that don't eat ice cream.
Oh wow.
Crazy.
Is it because he lactose?
No. I told him.
All right, bro. Let's get off Keith. Let's get off Keith. Hey, we can go forever on this shit.
Let's
Let's get off.
Let me get this shit off. I told him a long time ago that I fully understand why you be angry all the time. You ain't never had a fucking ice cream cone.
Damn, never.
Nigga said it's too cold.
Damn, that's crazy. That's rough. That's rough.
Let's
move forward.
Y'all ready to get to it?
Oh yeah, I'm finna bust up. Hey, that was my first. So y'all know that was my first dub in season 5. So that was my first one. I needed that.
Yeah, you ain't won for a minute.
Get y'all bum ass the fuck out of here. It's that easy. It's that easy.
One after like 3.
It's that easy. 2 birds with 1 stone. Quick and easy.
Bum ass, I felt that shit on my knee.
My bad, bro.
It was just the intensity.
Okay, let me see what we gonna do. I'm gonna go. Let's front load. I want to front load to what I feel is like the firest ones. Let's go, Johnny. You still trash. Then let's go Q, and then I'm gonna follow up on the back end.
Gotcha. Okay.
Tell him how you don't like that idea.
You think we should lead with mine?
Yeah, it lends to the occasion.
Okay.
See, Q really make the decisions around here. It don't matter who won the rock, paper, scissors.
You think so? Hey.
I just gave a thought.
Hey, And Tone's mom just did my woo size a little bit ago
Not on
before I
live,
came
bro.
in.
Not on live.
So
we
you know
do
what I
this
mean?
every week.
She got
Not
me
on
together,
live.
and she's let me decompress. I've
We do this every week. You know why I
relieved a
left
lot
this
of
morning?
stress. I've relieved a lot of stress, and I'm just willing to, kind of flow with
That
the
is
wind
crazy.
at this point. So we can go
I ain't heard
me.
niggas joke like this is middle school. Your mom.
Middle school.
Middle school.
Stupid. We're gonna go. I go first. Then we're gonna go Johnny, and then I guess we're gonna have Q wrap it up. So my question for the week is gonna be.
You see, you changed the order. Go ahead.
Shut the fuck up. Is why do you think men have such a hard time being faithful? I've listened to different niggas on, like, people have different explanations. They was talking about like the fact that we have so many the sperm count, and then women have one egg, and the testosterone. There's a lot of different reasons that people are coming up with over time. And so I just wanted to see, as men, and my boy Q is about to settle down. And one of the requirements of said thing is going to be a long-term monogamy. And so,
if that's what they decide.
But
I got a hot take for this one.
The implied thing is, you know what I mean, that we assume that that's what, we naturally would do. So what do y'all think is the reason? And then go start with Johnny, I guess.
Well, I actually have a meme that goes perfectly with
Nigga, just answer.
Okay, now pull a meme up. Pull a meme.
It's the top corner. It's right there.
I'm not mad at it.
Which one? Right here, the girl.
Yeah. It's shorter, yeah. It actually got the.
Somebody asked me yesterday, do I think all men cheat? I done answered this question before, but I say it again. No, I do not think all men cheat. Reason being is because technically every man is not capable of cheating. Every man don't have the options to cheat. Men are not out here getting women like y'all think they are. Y'all are basing that perspective off of a section of men, or from other people's experiences, or from your personal experience, and then y'all try to project it out into the world like it's a scientific fact, and it's not. All men do not cheat. Some men actually have morals. Some men actually have standards. Some men actually got self-control. Some men actually know boundaries. It's like, no, you cannot just sit there and categorize all men due to your own experiences or your homegirl experiences or experiences that you see on the internet. I think what the issue with a lot of you women is, and why y'all probably will never be genuinely and internally happy in a relationship or outside of a relationship with a man, is because y'all like to adopt everybody else's problems that they have with men on the internet. You will see all these posts about how men ain't this, men ain't that. Y'all will see your homegirl getting cheated on, or you would choose the wrong man and get cheated on. And all of a sudden, y'all want to try to project and throw that out there and make every woman feel as though, oh, all men cheat. No, babe, your man cheat. Your girlfriend's man cheat. The lady on the internet man's cheat. Me personally, I'm not going to ever subject that to my life. I'm not going to self-sabotage. I'm not even going to speak that into my existence. And I don't even like dealing with women or hanging around women who think like that. That is a terrible way of thinking. And I'm sorry y'all feel that way, but you are what you attracting. I don't know what y'all out here attracting, but keep that nonsense over there where you at, babe, because I don't have those issues. Furthermore,
Nah, she just goddamn had a box for their ass just now.
She lined their ass up. But I think what she was saying is, like, I don't think men have an issue with being faithful. I think there's a select group of men that have more options, and I think when you get into those, if you're, I don't want to say like high value or whatever, like,
upper echelon,
the Kevin Samuels thing, but there's a certain group of men that, like, if you play basketball, like if you LaMelo Ball,
but that sounds good, but let's not act like we don't know. Like, we know a nigga regular nigga,
yeah,
a nigga that work at Walmart, or a nigga that work at.
Well, that nigga ain't happy.
What?
Because he work at Walmart?
Well, no, because
I want to go.
Y'all about to get jumped by the Walmart.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I would just use that as an example. Nigga that work at Auto Bill.
I'm joking. Hey, here we go. But like, if you working at Walmart and you like not like that, and you cheating, you looking for happiness. You ain't got it with your lady, and you going out there and trying to find.
But nigga at the bank's cheat.
I don't know.
It don't have nothing to do with occupation. It's not gonna be a bread. When I said that to say it's not bread based. It's not poor niggas cheat and rich niggas cheat.
I didn't say nothing about money. I said happiness.
No, but before that, you were in. Go ahead. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. It ain't my turn. Go ahead.
You said I did at Walmart.
No, I said it to get Walmart. Go ahead.
Yeah, he brought up Walmart. I didn't.
But you were still. Go ahead.
But no, I was just saying, no matter whether you're the top or if you're cheating, it's an internal. You ain't got that internal happiness. If you got more options, then of course it's going to be easier for you to go out, and it's going to be harder for you to stay faithful because you do have more options. The man at Walmart, you might have options too, but you're risking a lot more to go out and cheat. So to me, I think that's a level of like self-sabotage. If you're married to a woman, you've made that commitment and you're going out and cheating and doing that, there's obviously something inside of you that ain't happy that you're trying to scratch that urge. And I think the more that men work on their internal issues and are happy, you see a lot less cheating. I don't think.
Hey, fellas, do y'all mind doing something real quick? I do want to. I'm just saying. No. I want to. Let's do this. Let's like rapid fire, quick answers, and then get into the conversation a little bit deeper. I don't want to say. No, I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying, like, as we continue, I feel like everybody's gonna have a quick, you know what I mean, what they believe, and then let's get deeper.
That's why I want to kind of get.
Go ahead.
Get my shit in.
I think that, like, in general, it's so much easier and sometimes fun being undisciplined. I think that is more of just a literal discipline problem. I don't think that men have to innately cheat because of all these biological factors and shit like this. I think that a lot of people, but if we're talking about men right now, deal with failing and being disciplined, failing and actually being moral, failing and being, like to me, that's where I kind of landed at. I don't know, like I understand you're unhappy and non-unhappy part, but to me, it's really more discipline than anything.
Nah, I mean,
Johnny, it's not your turn.
Not your turn. So.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of Q, I think a lot of it boils down to somebody that is with someone that they don't like as much as they say they do. Because when you have a person where you like, this is the one, you're not touching no other chick. Nope. Yeah, even disciplined or not, you're gonna find a certain level of value with the one that you're with that the rest of them aren't even appealing.
Yeah,
ain't even willing to risk it.
Yeah,
you kind of took what I was about to say,
bro. You lying?
No, I'm not.
Keep going, Quest.
Piggyback off that shit, then, cuz.
Nah. Well, first off, I've never cheated before. Because I used to tell, like, I put stuff on the table. If something is going on, I put it on the table up front anyway. But like he was saying, like if you really trying to be with somebody, other people don't even matter. Like anything, like it could be even if the female looks better than the girl that you probably trying to be with. My sound went out.
Yeah, my headphone went out too.
Oh,
we can still hear you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
You were saying that even if the person looks better than
because it's other stuff that's that attracts you to that other girl anyway.
Right.
So like appearance is because that's what a lot of females think is appearance is I mean it does matter, but sometimes it doesn't when it comes down to like shorty I'm talking to now, like I can actually have a good conversation with her. And like I told her recently, I was like, it's just you that I'm trying to be with. So it's like I don't know.
I understand where you're at.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I'll just add to where y'all at. I think it's also like a maturity thing. I think and it's like a maturity. It's just a different word, you know what I mean? But it's just along the same lines. I think it's a maturity thing. And then like another thing that I think is that like usually when dudes cheat, they cheat down. And then like niggas don't like prestige they dick. Like I had like literally got to a point that like I had to like and that's what when I talked to, I got some homie that I talked to like regular. I'm like, bro, you talking about doing that with these like motherfuckers? Like, bro, you got to be above. Like, there's a certain thing where it's not necessarily above the person, but it's like you should hold yourself to a higher standard, which subsequently means that like you know what I mean? You stand like you believe that not only the action is beneath you, but like come on, like you know what I mean? It's a level of maturity. Like I think once you get to like your mid I'm gonna say, especially like 30s to mid 30s and on, it's like, bro, at what point do you just grow out of kid behavior?
So
Because
let
it
me ask
becomes
Johnny this question. Johnny, why do you still exercise the pleasure principle?
I don't.
Oh, you
don't get on Mark Zuckerberg's internet talking about
oh my bad.
Nah, I'm the one telling y'all I'm happy for cheating. And it's like work on yourself. But like
you be cheating on women?
Nah.
Have you cheated on women?
When I was unhappy. I'm happy as hell now.
So you ain't never cheat when you was happy?
Nah, not when I was happy. I might have thought I was happy after I cheated, but that was
I
fleeting
didn't
thing.
cheat because I was trying to be the man.
But let me say this though.
Yeah, you know, like
that sounds like college shit. College
Hey,
shit.
but Tone, let me ask, like,
But I didn't even do that.
Like
Yeah.
when you say guys, like most of the guys, like you'll have this lady right here, and we cheat down.
Bro, who is we?
Okay,
No, I'm talking about men in general, like generally.
Stop looping me into that down shit. Hey, look, you just say I'm going to the moon, nigga. I'm going up.
But like if men, like if you have the prize, you got your lady up here and you're cheating down and risking something that's better than what you're actually.
You got the prize, you ain't gonna do that, bro.
But some guys, what they'll do is, I think
there's something wrong in that relationship.
What makes you do that? Is
No,
it the woman?
I think that some guys don't know how to turn off that, because he was asking me that. He said to me specifically. So I want to answer the question.
Specifically about men cheating down.
Right, when he was So like what I think is, I think it's maturity. So like at some point, guys, they bring those younger behaviors into their latter years, like they're you know what I mean, into their 30s. Some guys just bring those behaviors when you were younger and you had the culture of the men that you were around was like getting the women, and so you may have like a, for whatever like a urge to have different new sex, as everybody knows that's sitting here, is different than the same person. New sex is different. That's just a fact.
Ain't no pussy better than.
That's just a fact. But then you mature past that. You mature past that to where it's not valued, and your principle, the principles that your value system just changes as you mature.
Yeah, and to continue to, I guess the question that you was asking, I think that this would be a major point to it that goes along the lines of maturity is a lack of experience. So I do think that, like, let me see how I can frame this inside like not the most manosphere way, but I think that as you're younger, there is like this part where you want to kind of see what it's all about. All this shit where eventually, if you've done enough, you understand the grass is grass. It's not greener, it's just grass. Right. And that's where, like, as y'all was just at, like the new pussy, old pussy, all that shit, you start understanding just get good pussy. Get a good woman. Get a good, you know what I mean? And like that's going to beat the urge or the fulfillment of something new happening. Right. But that does come with a little bit of experience. I think the least amount of experience, you start thinking about what ifs and all these different things.
I can't even fraud. Most of the niggas I know that be cheating, like even older than Najin, like the generation beyond us, them niggas been getting a lot of pussies for a lot of years.
But that's what them
niggas been cheating for goddamn 40 years.
It's something like an internal, like,
or maybe it doesn't have to be one side
sadness, because like it, like you say, they just guys that's like 60, 70, they've been getting it. Ain't an experience thing.
Them niggas got plenty of experience.
It's just, that's the maturity. But I guess here's my analogy. It's
I think
like
it's a value system
if you
thing.
know something is detrimental, like say,
which is aligns kind of with maturity as well.
But what about this? Say something like you know something's bad, like for you, like say like smoking cigarettes or something. And
why do you say that?
That nigga talk about addiction.
But it's like, what makes you keep on going till you know the addiction's bad? Is it just a maturity thing, a discipline thing, or is it something like I don't really care about myself because I know this is killing me? I know this is going to end
addiction
for the thing.
But it's crazy because like when you go,
wouldn't that be like if you saw somebody addicted to drugs, wouldn't you be like they lack a lot of self-love?
No, they lack discipline.
And they also lack self-love as well, because like that's the nigga with the hole in his neck still smoking the cigarette.
Which
it's
like
like
when you,
but it's not the thing is but you also it's
I disagree.
I think it's both, because like if you don't value yourself, and like I'm a type of person where I've been through depression. And I've like been, matter of fact, if you go back to season 1, season 2, like I was telling, like, I don't think this place is that great. Yeah, I should say that all the time. And so like I could validate doing and continue to play with my vices simply because like this is what I get.
That's a little more individual. I think that if you get into the idea of damn, I kind of lost my train. What would you
alcohol?
No, it's true. This is this bachelor party is sponsored by
a lot of different shit. Exactly.
Matter of fact, it's sponsored by the ABC.
No, facts.
Wintel drunk. Each bottle.
You gotta taste each one sometimes.
You don't supposed to.
Hold on.
Don't listen to him.
That's still that immaturity. That's still that immaturity right.
You done had all the alcohol. Q, you ain't gotta go.
Well, I do gotta say.
All I'm gonna say is I woke my ass up at 10:30 with no problem. I know niggas that had to take 4-hour naps in the middle of the day.
Oh,
damn. Change the outfit.
I don't know them niggas.
That nigga jumped off the stairs and a tear rolled down. It's not an exaggeration.
Oh wow!
Ooh, this
God damn!
I was laughing.
Nah. This nigga had tears. Hurt. You ever seen a nigga that got the meat sweats? I don't know how alcohol made a nigga the meat sweats, but he came down.
Damn.
Nigga,
Damn.
I might have woke up drunk this morning.
Hey, I can't even lie. I woke up. I said earlier, I was like, damn, man, I don't even know if I should go home just yet. I fucking rather get pulled over and get locked up this morning.
It's possible, bro.
Damn, where was we at?
I don't know.
We were talking about something.
I was about to lean to a whole, like, just a quote.
My bad. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, as long as you remember.
So what I was gonna say is that I think that I understand that part where there is a lack of value and you dive more into your vices. I think there's a part where I wouldn't necessarily, it's like you don't love yourself, but it's discipline where the pleasure principle does lie in the sense of like gratification for yourself. And like I'm doing this for myself because this feels good.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me feel good. So like in the sense I love myself enough to do this thing that might fuck around and hurt me later. Because right now it feels good to me right then. And where discipline would tell you, even if that shit feel good,
you don't need to do it.
You might not need to do it.
Yeah, I think that also, like, to me, I agree with everything you just said, but I do think that like a motherfucker that just got diagnosed with lung cancer, that's like deciding to like still like, and I, you know what I mean? To me, it's not
discipline.
I don't know, bro. I think that some people literally just don't care. Motherfucker just be like, bro,
but
this is all I do.
You think addiction in itself is a lack of love for yourself? Or
No, I think that they'll both go hand in hand sometimes.
so.
Yeah. I said to go along with what you said. I wasn't disagreeing in it in any way.
Just having a conversation. I wasn't taking it as you were disagreeing.
Okay, you were just asking just to clarify. Okay, got you.
I always bring up old shit. I want y'all to know that you can make that old pussy into new pussy experience.
Oh, that's facts. That is facts.
Your sex life does not have to remain the same. I know you niggas go to your regular ass moves every single time, but you can take a little bit of time off of social media and look at a couple books or articles and figure out new shit to do.
So Jeff, let me ask you this.
I've never been to this part of pussy time.
Yeah. And listen,
I'll let you have that.
I enjoy like some I got my regular morning moves, right? You get morning pussy, you just slide over. You ain't gotta use a lot of energy. And you know what I mean? Like you can hit it like you got like some regular day shit, like some of the regular ones, but then there is, as you said, there's a lot of different experiences within the realm of it that is different, like whether you go once a week, once a month. Like there's some switch ups that you can definitely do
to make it new.
Well, we ain't got to make this a sex podcast.
Yeah. And then I have a little trinket to add to the conversation. That would also help is beating your dick.
No,
I'm cool.
Also beat your dick, bro. Also, it helps as well. Along the way, it helps as well.
Not to be too graphic.
Y'all niggas can act like It does. It help.
I could probably get off.
Yeah,
But
why
then right upstairs, just go-
No, so okay.
Like, I don't
So
know
I'll
what
give
that
you
has
this.
to do with what we talking
No,
about.
what we were talking.
It's the wildest take.
So look, this is how I got
What does
here.
that have to do with
He was
anything?
talking about like the longevity. In my mind, I really went to longevity. Like when you were talking about all this different, you can try different sex things. It's like, okay,
Having sex for a long time?
This
no,
is not
no,
a
just
length of time.
no. I'm talking about for extended periods of time. Like if you talk about 10 years of being with the same person. 10 years.
Your ass hurt.
No, that's what they told us before, bro.
Oh no, I definitely get a workout every time I drop.
I didn't agree with that.
You gotta put in work.
I get a workout every time.
Bro, if you don't use the reverb from that bed, bro.
Oh no, see, I don't got no, ain't no springs in my bed, bro. Ain't no springs in my bed. What the fuck? Y'all niggas got springs in your mattress, Phil? But that's crazy. Y'all niggas got springs in y'all mattresses, bro. Niggas got springs, bro. Exactly. That bitch don't bounce, right? That shit don't move. These niggas talk about using. Nigga, why you still got springs in your mattress, bro?
Get your bed from Big Lots.
Listen, you can.
Ain't no bounce,
There
bro.
is so much as men that we don't dig into as far as our sex lives that could extend your sex life with the current partner to where you don't have to feel like I got to go get something new to experience something new.
Right.
You can literally experience something new with your current partner all the time.
Yeah.
And
That's all I wanted to say.
And something crazy, you know, they would say, I was actually looking at this thing and they were talking about the fact that women actually get bored with us quicker than we get bored with them.
Yeah, because you
And
niggas,
so you
do
niggas need
not
that.
want to venture outside of hitting it from the back.
Niggas also need to ask questions because most of us learn to have sex off porn. So we just been smashing pussy for like a long time. And so like when you get to a certain age, you start asking questions, especially when you get you a lady, you start asking questions and y'all have a actual sexual relationship other than getting and other than just having sex.
Didn't DJ Envy had that with his wife?
Oh yeah,
That
was crazy. How they
years and didn't even know that he wasn't even pleasing her like that.
Oh man, there's no way.
15.
I'm not going out like that. There's no way.
I'm not going.
Bro, I asked the question.
And he wrote a book about it.
I heard about that.
There's even certain reactions you looking for. Like I never see that reaction.
If you're not asking your lady if what you're doing is pleasuring her, you asking to get cheated on.
But why was she?
And also, if you can't tell the difference, and also if you can't tell the difference between when your lady actually is, if her body's not shown, like there's definitely there's physical signs. You should also have a conversation, but there's also physical signs where you can tell whether y'all are in a good place, like y'all are just having sex because it's a thing that y'all just should be doing, and versus she's enjoying y'all sexual life.
She's engaged.
Yeah, her body will show you that.
Hey, fellas, get your act together. Stop being stubborn and try new things. I'm here to tell you.
Hey, none of them toys that Johnny got on his what you call it. You ain't got to go and fuck with Johnny's GoFundMe. I mean, not GoFundMe, but
it might
y'all talking about.
It might
Get
save
some
your
toys.
relationship.
Hey,
It might
you some
It might
toys.
save your relationship.
hey, stay away from.
Hey, Johnny.
Stay away.
Never mind, I was gonna jump off the ledge with that.
Get you some toys.
I don't even know what y'all.
This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew.
No,
we might as well get that
this
sponsorship.
is what is it? Johnny's OnlyFans? Is that where you be having the
Don't be afraid of toys. There's
So Johnny,
nothing.
go ahead and tell him.
You gotta start.
He said he chopped the hair half off, so it's half off strap-ons.
God damn.
Tell him, Johnny.
I don't know nothing
Why
about
are you talking about strap-ons anyway?
I don't know nothing about that. That's quick.
I looked up on your thing. You said
I saw it too.
I might be into pegging or something like that. I don't know.
Bro,
He
what?
might be into like
Jeff's face where
he said, I like women that's stronger than me.
What?
Hey, you know something funny?
We was writing about it and you said like
I apologize
6'2" and above.
for taking us here.
This man's
Johnny
imagination is
said
crazy.
Johnny said, I might like a Britney
Grinder?
Crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy.
Grinder is crazy.
Oh, Brittany Grinder.
Grinder is crazy.
Hey, you know something funny? I don't even know what pagan is, but this shit sounds hilarious.
Oh my
shit
God.
just sounds hilarious.
Hey, it's the brothers out there that enjoy getting quaked off on.
Oh, man. We're moving on to the next topic. Y'all out of
Yeah,
pocket.
Cole been trying to land this plane.
Y'all out of pocket.
Let this man jump off the ledge.
Oh man, there's some brothers out there that enjoy getting filibustered. Them brothers out there, them brothers out there.
Oh,
Hey, that nigga said
Hey,
get
I don't
quaked
kink
on.
shame.
That's hilarious.
No kink shaming.
Hey, all I'm gonna say, if y'all find the link, put it in the comments.
No kink shaming. You are little, bro.
I would also say that he didn't deny it.
Them look,
Tell him, John.
Johnny is little.
I ain't got no
What's your OnlyFans?
Oh,
Little Johnny.
Oh, look.
Little Johnny's P.
Yeah, little.
Little Johnny's P.
Little Johnny's P.
Johnny's P.
Hey,
And OnlyFans.com.
my nigga said get quaked off on.
Oh, man.
Without being too graphic, bro. It's static. I'm only graphic on Sundays.
All right, we're moving to the next topic. Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
It's my topic.
We've been talking about Johnny's P.
Well, actually,
No.
Whoa.
Nah,
Hey,
We're going to commercial.
hey, hell no.
well, no, we ain't talking about
Hey, why y'all got that
Tripping,
man
bro.
sweating over there like that?
Sponsored
Man?
by Durex.
That boy.
Again,
This podcast has been sponsored by Durex, spermicidal condoms.
Extra small.
the food just came in.
Yeah, we about to hurry this podcast.
Hey,
along.
We going to commercial.
He's about to be counting the wings off of everybody.
Tone, go to our chat real quick.
All right.
So as we do continue the show, behind us, I think that might be Keith Easton.
Bro,
Again,
please
it's the
get
best
Keith
party.
off the camera.
So kind of
Lone Ranger?
Yeah,
Look, this nigga eating the wings already.
But as some of the guys come in, again, it's Bachelor Party weekend. Just want to at least introduce a little bit of them. Keith, I don't know. I think
there's
Keith
Rich.
probably like
Rich
07,
came
08. We got Rich.
Away from the camera.
Rich, I met him about 2010.
Hey.
There is a really short individual. I like to call him my big little brother, a little big brother. You can't see him in the camera, but if you want to come to the middle, you know what I mean? Just give a quick little cameo.
He said he got warrants.
He got one.
He ain't about to be on camera.
He on there right now. He's strolling by in the
There you go,
background.
right
There you go. There you go. As you see, he barely made it over the sink, but it's okay. We love him the same. Johnny, is your question, my boy?
So my question of the week, we actually had it for a couple weeks and we touched on it a little bit, but it goes to like, which gender is most emotional? Is it men or women?
Bro, we already talked about that.
Yeah, we just talked.
No, we're not in detail. We kind of stopped. That's like the point.
He's gripping over there. Sure. But, go ahead.
Hey,
What gender is the most emotional?
and let's start this way this time.
All right, so real.
Okay, so I believe that both genders are definitely emotional, right? But I believe that like socially and society has made us interact or show our emotions in different ways. Certain ways are more acceptable for women, and other ways are more acceptable for men. And so as men, what we'll do is we'll bottle shit up longer. You know what I mean? We have a different relationship with the showing of emotion that is deemed acceptable by society. So I believe that women have like been able to express their emotions openly for quite some time. They've been able to express themselves and like the whole time, like because. But okay, so let me just go back and say this. I believe that, like I said, that men and women both are probably the same amount emotional. It just rears itself in different ways. I think men have to learn by default, like we have to learn a level of emotional intelligence just off the strength that our emotion can lead to can lead to more catastrophic consequences. The consequences of our emotion are different generally than women's emotion, and so we are naturally groomed to show emotion differently, and then actually showing the emotion actually makes you weak as a man. So we're socialized to internalize the emotion and allow it to kill us, really allow it to kill us from the inside the fuck out, rather than on the I believe on the female side, like they're actually groomed, and this is so socially it's more acceptable for them to actually verbalize their emotion and to than it is for us. And we can stop there and have the conversation.
But I think that now, I think this generation of men, we have
agents.
What? But no, we have done better expressing our emotions now.
I agree
for sure. But I know, and I just had a conversation about this too. But I'm very nonchalant about stuff, so I'm not, I'm not good at expressing my emotions and stuff like that. But and I'm not to make my answer too long, but yeah, basically like excuse me. We have definitely done better like expressing ourselves, and I think we do it better in this how we are now, rather than even expressing it to our women that we dealing with or women in our lives. So yeah. That we can't express ourselves to women. He said,
I want to share what you call it, because it's got a thing going on. It says toxic masculinity. We're so used to bottling it up, and you know what I'm saying, keeping it to ourselves too. Sometimes we show aggression to our ladies.
Take it out on them.
So would you call it toxic because we bottling up, or
I don't think it's toxic.
I think bottled up anger is probably like it can get toxic. It can get toxic.
Yeah.
Especially when, because if you as a man that like is used to holding things in, you've seen yourself overreact to some shit that wasn't that serious simply because you didn't react as things were going about. Like I literally earlier today, I was trying to figure out what was going on. Like I literally had some tears earlier today. I was watching the movie. Damn, I can't remember what the movie what it was called, but it was two brothers. It was like a UFC movie, and like their dad, for whatever, like during the movie it explains it, but they had a bad relationship with their father, and they ended up fighting in this big competition and everything. But like it was the father relationship that actually made some tears come down, because like me and my father, we have a relationship. Oh, we ain't got to go into all of that. What I'm saying is that like as we bottle things up, it's very easy for these things to spill over into different scenarios. And so that can be toxic masculinity in the sense where the explosion onto something that you wouldn't naturally have express yourself in that way. Go ahead.
Now, I guess my next thing my next thing to pick that up is that my question I have to figure out, and this is something I judge with, right? Because lately here, when I watch a movie that has a good, moral ending or whatever it is, I find sometimes it's a tearjerker, right? But I've noticed that as I got older. So I want to ask, is it because I got older, or is it because I got wiser, or I'll educate myself from reading and stuff like that? So what would you think that would be the true cause of that?
In my opinion, I believe that like as we get older, we get softer. Even if you look at like our parents, the youngest kids get the less ass whoopings.
Yep.
They get the gentle parenting shit. The first youngin be getting hit with all kinds of shit, and then you know what I mean. Yeah. So I think that as you get older and you mature, like you have a different experience with life that allows you to find beauty in ways like crying happy tears and shit like that. Like you didn't do that when you was a kid. As you mature, like the level of emotion is just different, and your understanding is just different.
Gotcha. So. Yeah, I guess to go to where y'all was just at, I think that can almost be summarized as like emotional intelligence grows as you get older. And I do think that is definitely true for men, especially our generation. like we actually have started walking into being emotionally
Mhm.
intelligent. In comparison to the previous generations where it was almost, like strength in being stoic. But there's a lot of things that kind of goes with that. Going to your question was, are men or women more emotional?
Johnny's.
Or Johnny, yeah. I don't have, to me, I personally don't think that either is more emotional. I think that they both show them way different, different things. I think people tend to forget anger is an emotion. Men express anger a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Inside a lot of different ways. Where like a female, she might express it inside different ways. But to me, I think that an emotionally undisciplined person is just an emotionally undisciplined person. They'll be all over the place. And somebody that has like a certain level of reservedness, like they have those things. And you can see that with men or women. There's certain women that you feel like, man, you know what I mean? And
Just to make sure. So you're saying that you believe, excuse me, and I didn't mean to, well,
go ahead.
So what you're saying is that you believe that men and women show their emotion at the same clip. Like I understand that they process them differently.
Both emotional.
Okay, got you.
The less educated on your emotions you are, sometimes to come out even more erratic.
But I think that like would you say that like even as a young man, you learn to mask or to keep emotion in, even when you say we all express anger.
A version of emotion.
What I'm saying is that
like, niggas get praised for fighting. Niggas get praised for like not letting the nigga disrespect.
Right.
Niggas get praised for like it's a lot of things that within the guise of masculinity we accept that is emotion based, and that's how I put it.
And I think like if I can answer the question, I think like of course.
Niggas just said fuck the order.
Yeah, cause that's
my bad.
That's what I said when he started talking. I was like, so you just gonna skip Jeff? Huh?
That definitely was fucked up.
Yeah, Rich got his shit off already.
Well, now, one thing I was gonna say, Q actually dug into what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say to become emotionally intelligent is to finally become free when it comes to emotion. Because when you stop subscribing to the men aren't emotional, women are overly emotional, and learn how to just communicate how you feel to people, you become free. Like I've learned over the past, I would say 3 to 4 years, my breakup from my last relationship started my journey into emotional intelligence, and I'm still working on it. But I can say that I'm a lot better than I was 3 or 4 years ago. And with my current partner, I can go to her and say, this is how I feel.
No, with your wife. With your wife.
With my wife.
It's levels to this shit. It's levels to this shit. You got to say, yeah, it's levels to this shit.
Babe, if you watching this, I apologize. I can come to my wife and tell her, this is how I feel, and this is why I feel like that. And long gone are the feelings of feeling like this makes me feel like a bitch, or it makes me feel like X, Y, and Z. No, I just feel human. And I feel like this kind of plays back into the conversation that me and Rail had on the last pod that I was on when it came to, a lot of the stuff we talked about being a leader in the house. Because a lot of this is now saying that men and women are emotionally equal. Like we saying that today, but
no. I don't. So what I say, they're both emotional. They show emotion in different ways. But I think that society. And I was just typing this shit out, and I only say to interrupt it just to make sure you don't kind of like. So you see it firmly where I stand. I think that society has society. That's why you can go in the chat and like or on social media, and women will say to you that women are more emotional than men. Women will literally say this. Oftentimes, you would see a whole bunch of things saying that, like, we're more emotional than and men are more logical. They believe this. And what I was going to say is that, do you believe? So what we're saying, or what you're saying, is that you don't believe that that's a fact. Do you think the problem is that society has validated that to where it's pretty much allowed them to continue with the emotion because of what the social, you see what I'm saying? What they've socially said, to where they now like the excuse is that we're more emotional. So reaction is that, you know what I mean, this emotion that I'm showing is validated because we're more emotional. Do you think it's that, or is it
you clap what my what my rebuttal was gonna be.
Oh, dude.
I think all of that shit is an excuse to continue to act how you've been acting.
Be undisciplined.
To
Same
be
with what you're talking about,
yeah.
like discipline. Like if like the way genders are set up, and you're a woman, it is acceptable for you to be more undisciplined inside this like space. Then fuck it, I'm gonna lean into it.
Right, right.
Niggas like getting their dick wet. It's fuck it.
Yeah, I think that's
You
it.
mean I can seek pleasure a little bit more. Sure, why not? Right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, society. I think using society as an excuse is weak, but I think it also. I think we standing in a room full of men that do the work, that research and look into these things and actually think outside of the box in these arenas. But we don't speak for the masses, and we don't act like the masses, because just like you said, you can go on any post on Facebook where all these niggas that have the power to express their thoughts express them and understand that motherfuckers think crazy. Like you have women that say they're empowered, you know, all of these things, but then in the next post say that they're weak when it comes to being under a man. You can't be both.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody that thinks they're weaker than me.
Yeah.
Tap in with me so we can figure this shit out together. You know what I'm saying? And whether that's emotional or not. If I said that in a post earlier this week where I said, well, isn't it the man's job to help his woman become more emotional intelligent if she is emotionally, you know, regressed from where he is, when a lot of it is just that we don't show our emotions at all. We're just mad. It's either happy or mad. There's nothing in between for men.
Well, not even really happy. I think it's like content.
Yeah, he just made a real good point though too, and you said it a second ago too. Like your emotional intelligence can help somebody else raise theirs.
Yeah,
and that's a big deal. I remember my uncle used to tell me, like in his first marriage. Now he's not married to the same woman now, but one of the things that she used to brag about in her first marriage was that he wouldn't argue with her. He would like if it was like she was at a point where she was yelling and stuff like that, he just wouldn't have a conversation right then. And he'd tell her, like, look, this ain't no good time for us to have this conversation. We ain't gonna get nowhere in this. Like, it was like, and she hated it, but at the same time, it was like she understood it. Like, it was like, yeah, I'm not gonna have a good conversation from this, and this doesn't help us go anywhere. So I do think like your specific level of emotional intelligence can help raise your partners.
Because we've raised our daughters to lack it.
Yeah.
To also be overly emotional, act out, and realize that they have no consequence for a lot of their actions. We're literally raising our daughters like that every day.
And I think that when we also have to look at like our generation is the most single mother generation to exist. So you can say we, it ain't we.
Well, no, these are all generalized statements.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, I just wanted to make sure, like,
these are all generalized statements,
literally
just saying people.
Yeah,
there's just people in general. But we're not gonna take the onus off of men too, because we do this shit too.
Yeah, that's why I'm not.
Can I hop in here?
No, like I wouldn't finish.
I'm about to.
Now I wouldn't finish.
About to.
Are you raising a daughter?
Nope.
Well, shut the hell up.
Hey, we're talking about your emotional intelligence, man. See, right
Hey,
there,
see,
that's
exactly.
an outburst.
I said it's a work in progress.
I don't remember you saying that. I didn't hear him say it's a work in progress.
No, I,
didn't hear that part.
I said I've been working on it.
Oh, okay.
I ain't say I was fixed yet. I still cuss your ass out.
The facts.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this is an outburst. But what I'll say is, like, when I asked the question, it was coming from a spot where, like, my own emotional intelligence was like out there being kind of tested, and I was feeling emotional, and I was like, "Damn, this is a normal feeling."
Which emotion though?
There's a lot of anger, sad. You don't experience emotions most times singular, because a lot of times, like, anger leads to sadness, or like sadness can lead to anger. Like, a lot of emotions are compound. And like as a man, like when we're taught to mask our emotions, and we're taught like we have to have this certain level of emotional intelligence, even from like a young age, I think it does teach us, or it allows us to be more emotional and be able to control our emotions as men because of the society that we live in. I feel like we have to, be more aware of our emotions.
So in a sense, would you say like that's kind of like being conscious of your emotions.
Rich.
Is that kind of, in a sense, kind of like being conscious of your emotion and choosing to master where you can control? I'm sorry. Where you can choose to control which one you will allow to come out.
Well, like as a man, you have to be a master of your emotions, like, or you end up in jail, you end up dead. Like, there's so many emotions.
Feel like in so many ways, a lot of men are lacking that discipline to be able to control the right emotion to come out
At the right time, like a lot of times, like even we go to like a lot of the drill scene stuff and
So, like,
shit that goes in there. That's all emotion based.
Bro, you know what we don't talk about a lot? Like, we talk about emotional intelligence in regard to relationships and personal relationships, as well as intimate relationships. But we don't talk about that shit at work. Your emotional intelligence gets tested at work more than damn near any place. Like, I done quit jobs because of a lack of emotional intelligence.
Shit, me too.
And fucked up opportunities because of a lack of emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you know, we tend to just lean on the romantic side of it or just the personal relationship side, but work is huge.
But as a man, I feel like your emotions can fuck you up, like in places like work, more so than like anything if you're not a master of that.
But let me jump in. I think that to go along exactly where y'all at with work, I would say that the term projection applies heavy in this. Where like sometimes if you have to be like emotionally stoic at work, but the shit that got all the way past here, you have to be really, really, really intentional when you go home.
That shit tough.
Like between your wife and your kids, you'll fuck around and just be doing like you'll notice yourself being out of character and not necessarily understanding what.
That's the big
like,
facts.
it'll be just like an outburst of something, and like when you stop and really sit and think through it, you be like, oh shit, this is a projection. Like I was really pissed at this thing right here. So like this small thing that they did made me upset.
You could literally be unhappy with your job, and it can make you believe and make your home unhappy, and you believe that like the problem is your old lady, when at the end of the day it's the fucking job that's killing you, and you're just bringing that work home, and it's fucking up the relationship as well. So like I think that like we're in the culture of like chasing the dollar, the dollar. It's like, bro, okay, well, I mean, as a society, we definitely need to start to figure out where our morals actually lie at this point. Because we can see what the greed's doing to the rest of the fucking, what doing to us as a culture, as a society. We can see what this shit's doing, and I think that like, yeah, we at this point, I think that like, yeah, we might want to start to reevaluate what the fuck's actually important, and that job you have is not worth your family, losing your family. You know what I mean? You have to also understand your importance in the family dynamic. Like, I think, yeah. So I may be kind of veering off, but like,
your feelings in the moment aren't more important than losing your family, your career either. You can't just let like a weak moment where you're feeling a certain way make you do something that could jeopardize everything you done work for. And a lot of time, emotions affect men in that way.
I think emotional intelligence too, like, is to understand when you are taking on too much for the time that you're in right now. Like you aren't necessarily, you may be working somewhere where the workload is just too much for you to fucking be able to, you know what I mean? To do this and be a family man, or do this and give a fuck about like the things that you deem really important.
I got one question, just to veer off a tad bit, but could you see it the reverse way? Could the situation at home affect you at the job? Because I found like at my job, some people having this stuff going on in the house affects them at work.
Yeah,
I have
for sure.
a more settled situation at home, so I excel at work. The people that are struggling at work have a toxic situation at home. So that would be my question.
Oh no, absolutely.
I see that.
I believe that that's probably. I think they both happen at the damn near the same clip. Like it's probably like damn near the same clip. People that's got bringing work home and people that's bringing home to work. I think that like those things are both very normal.
I get. I guess like if we're to wrap on this and kind of segue into my question, which I think this has been a fire conversation so And it kind of stays within a fairly similar ballpark. But as we're here right now, let's do some quick housekeeping. Obviously, donate to the show. We have super chats, we have cash apps, we have Johnny's OnlyFans. But so I asked y'all this question. Again, staying and leading on emotional intelligence. I asked y'all, I guess it's a group of 6-7 men. I'm gonna make a statement, then I want to get your response to it. The statement says, "Is it easier being, or not is it easier? It's easier being miserable than vulnerable." I'd love to get y'all response to it. Let's try and keep everybody's response like a minute or so. Just your quick first initial thought to it when it comes down to the idea that it's easier being miserable than vulnerable. That's where y'all want to start. Let's start with Johnny.
I think for the average person, yes. Because I think being miserable is like a status.
And speaking inside the men lens, not just that person.
Yeah, for a man, I think it's definitely easier to keep that status quo miserable than actually doing the work and being vulnerable.
Yeah. Rich, you want to hop in?
Yeah, I think I agree with Johnny P on this one. Being miserable, because that vulnerable, man, it's kind of like, I look at it like you ever feel when you're vulnerable in a situation where you can't do anything. That's like the worst feeling. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just kind of take the miserable. But I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I hate feeling vulnerable.
Gotcha. I guess my quick response would be, as I kind of like throw it down the line, would be the idea that it's so much scarier being vulnerable than it is being miserable. Because miserable, like, you can learn to like deal with that, and like it becomes a new normal. Jeff,
I would rather be vulnerable than miserable any day.
Yeah, but do you think that it's easier being miserable than vulnerable, and why?
So I'll answer this two ways. In my pre-2020 life, it was easier to be miserable, but with being miserable came very unhealthy lifestyle choices, whether it be overeating, cheating in a relationship, staying out all night, just doing all the kinds of things that doesn't create positivity in your home. Now it's harder for me to be miserable because that's just not a bar that I'm going to accept. Okay. I'm not going to accept being miserable because I feel like it's my job. If I feel like that it's my job to chase fixing it. So that's what I'm going to go after.
What made that, like, when did that change come? You said pre-2020 or 2019?
2020.
2020. So was it COVID then when you had to sit down?
No, it was ending my last romantic relationship. I got out of my last relationship.
Well, boy.
Yeah, I got out of my last relationship and told myself there were certain things that would never happen in my life ever again. Mm-hmm. Or there was a way of living and emotional, all of that shit bottled up. There was a certain way that I would never be ever again. And whether I'm in a relationship, whether I'm not, whether it's friendships, there's just a certain tier that I'm going to live my life on from that point forward. And that's what I've done since then. So at this point in my life, there is no misery. I can't be miserable. It's impossible. Because if there's something that's making me miserable, the fat gets trimmed quick. It's got to go.
Would you look at, could this be, and I'm asking you a question because, I'm loving your response and everything. So would you consider pain and misery the same thing? Because, if I was to go to the gym, most people won't go because of the pain it takes to transform. So would you consider pain and misery the same thing? Because I would do a little pain for a greater result.
So for my answer for that would be no. Like, I look at the pain as a stair step to the positive result. Misery is just a black fucking cloud that you just get stuck into. Because even somebody like me, I'm not exactly physically fit, but if I go work out, like I'm sore and all of that, I know at the very end, like even if I feel like crap from being sore, I know that's gonna make you walk past a mirror and do that, and you know what I'm saying, look at yourself differently because you know you went in there and did that. But with misery, a lot of times that's created by outside influence. It's not something that you went and you can go and make yourself miserable, but typically it's situational to a point where it's not something that you're actually wanting to do. Going to the gym, I ain't been in here in a month. I already know at the end of this workout, I'm gonna be fried. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a big difference between pain and misery. No, misery creates pain, but it's a different type of pain. Yeah.
So I guess I'll answer the question really quickly. I think that it's definitely. I think that we're also, as men, socialized to choose misery over vulnerability. Especially like even in today's time, they talk niggas being sassy. You know what I mean? You're being sassy because you're trying to like tell them what I won't put up with and what like setting standards, which you sit and talk about your standards all the time. But like me starting to stand up for myself and starting to try to actually have some standards. Now I'm sassy. So I think socially and then like you say, the stoicism has always been something that like they say like the ideal man is like a stoic, like, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I think that for us, I definitely believe that misery is definitely easier to deal with than vulnerability, because number one, you've been taught that being vulnerable means you're not being a man. So how can I be a man and be miserable at the same time when these two things don't go together? So you're naturally going to choose misery before choosing, you know what I mean, vulnerability, because it's not been acceptable. And like we're at a point now, like we was talking about, we're getting past, we're pushing the ceiling of manhood much higher than it's ever been.
No, I think it goes back to like when we talk about like even we spoke briefly on like gender roles in amongst our society. I think like what you were saying, misery is seen as masculine, vulnerability is seen as like a feminine thing. Like when men try to get onto that emotional intelligence, you hear the sassy and so like even like with like a lot of the 20v1s and the red balloons, like a guy will have a standard. Like a woman could be like, I want a man to be 6 foot, and if you 5'11", I'll pop the balloon. But a guy can be like, I don't want a woman that worries about such and such, or they got two. And like any standard a man has can be seen as sassy when no, this is for my mental well-being, for my emotional health, and I have to have these standards, and this is what I'm with. And I think the two, it's easier to be miserable because it's masculine. And that's what we associate with. Vulnerability is seen as feminine, and as a man, it's just something that's a foreign space to it.
Okay, so I got probably a little bit of a different answer than y'all have, but ironically enough, it still goes together. I think it's actually easier to be vulnerable. And the reason I'm saying that is because I've been in places where I've lived in misery for multiple times, where it's like you get to a point where you're pushed to being vulnerable. And then you end up finding out this was the easier thing for me to do anyway. This would have been the better thing for me to do rather than going through this time period of being miserable. If I would have just said what I had to say in the first place, it don't even turn out as bad as you be thinking it's going to turn out a lot of the time.
But the reason you didn't say it was because of the idea of being vulnerable.
I would say it takes less accountability to be miserable.
Yeah,
then I would say that it's easier to be. Yeah, it takes less accountability.
Speak up for yourself.
It's like but the feeling of misery still hurts. You still got to deal with that. So that's not easy necessarily. Like having to deal with that and then not.
Neither one of them are easy.
Yeah,
being miserable or being neither one of them are like an
and it
easy
turns
thing.
out it'd be like a lot of time if you be holding stuff in, when you finally decide to say it, because you get pushed to a point of saying it. When you finally decide to say it, it'd be like, dang, this didn't even go as bad as I thought it was going to go.
Well, it's that relief.
And I guess I'll ask this as a follow-up. We can kind of go around the lines. Down the line. So as we speak about this, where do you draw the line at between like the pain and the things you don't like and like the vulnerability and your happiness. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. We can probably
Do you mean like at what point do you decide to say that you're miserable, or
like do you no longer accept being miserable and you say what the thing is?
Yeah,
like, there is a space where like you can't complain about everything, right? But where's your line?
So I'm a big person that believes you have to practice integrity and you have to practice wisdom. They're not just something that necessarily just comes to you. So I think over time that line might change over time. But I think like you just have to practice that. Like, and as you practice it, it becomes easier to execute, like to be vulnerable. Like now I'm at a point where I have an easier time talking to people than sitting there trying to be miserable about something. Like I'm not about to sit here and be miserable. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And
so how much do you put up before you say I'm yeah. Like where's the line? That's my.
I don't think you can draw that line because I think it's based on the situation, and I think it.
So where are some lines? Because I guess the line that I'm saying is the boundary.
Well, I'll say this.
I think it. There's a huge lesson in this that comes with learning how to pick your battles.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you have to also come to yourself and say, is this really bothering me as much as I'm making it out to be? And I think for me, that line, that draws the line. If the answer is yes, then there comes a time where I got to go talk about it. If that answer is no, if I really sit there and be like, bro, you just overreacting, let me sit back real quick and just let me let that person work on whatever it is to change.
So let me ask you this. So is there a level of misery that's worth putting up with to get your desired outcome?
Absolutely
not.
Absolutely, I believe so.
But we're talking about pain and misery.
Now let's hear both of these answers.
Nah.
Let's hear.
I think that it's like that. It's like
when I hear misery, I hear extreme.
Oh yeah,
misery is an extreme for me. So once I hit the
guess,
misery,
like where do
it is a strong word to use, but like I wasn't thinking.
All right, so unhappiness. Is like
right.
Down to unhappiness.
Yes.
And then that same question.
I think that's where you have to. So when you talk about
unhappiness, are you willing to put up with to get your desired outcome?
I think it really depends on what you're talking about. I don't think there's
in a relationship.
I don't think there's a blanket answer for that because it could be multiple different things in that relationship that creates unhappiness. Whether it be, dang, she just stopped cooking, or I ain't had sex in a month.
Family member died.
Those are going to create different emotions or different feelings from you. So I think it depends on the situation. I think once it gets to the point where you can't stop thinking about it and you start to look at your partner differently, you need to go talk about it with them.
Okay, so that's your line. Once your action makes me start looking at you differently.
I think at that point, before I carry on and start looking at you differently, I'm going to go talk to you about it so that we can hash this out and get back to where we need to be.
Okay. Oh yeah, no. So like where we were talking about, like I guess
I want you to answer this also. So
he about to say some bullshit.
No cooking.
You
responded strongly.
No, that nigga is pulling the whip out if the cooking.
Oh yeah, he just ODing with it. I just don't have to. I don't have to worry about those types of things unless it's like.
But how
it's
long can you go?
Hey, he say he got her trained.
It's not
that. About a week.
And you can say she got me trained too. So these niggas that be coming up with it, niggas be loving to say a whole bunch of damn shit to like act like, oh, you were just a dictator in your house because you pay the bills and your wife doesn't work. Like, no, bro, my wife works. She just doesn't work for another man. She works like a motherfucker. That's why like y'all niggas can make all of these like different type of.
No, so I was referring to him though, not myself.
No. She works for the family. She works for the family. Like, so like that's just a difference. She probably works. At the end of the day, she works harder than the fuck I do. In reality. So like that. But anyways, going back to your question.
Like if she didn't cook for a week.
And honestly, it's based in the reason that she's not cooking. Like she's not cooked. Well, I mean, we don't have that kind of dynamic because I can't not hold up my end of the bargain just because I don't feel like it. So that we have an understanding that this is what she present. Like I can't not go to work and not pay the damn bills. So like you can't just if there's a reason that you need to not do this, then I'll make sure that we can get that shit handled.
How long can she unhappily not cook?
Bro, it depends on the scenario.
Over a week.
Depends on what she unhappy. If she's hurt, if she if something is unhappiness comes from different things.
That nigga not going.
Whatever, bro.
Man, plead the fifth, bro. Get out of there.
I ain't worried about that. You can do all of that shit.
He's not going 3 months, bro.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like.
Hey, if y'all go back to season 2, that was what he did on the.
Oh no, facts. That is what I did.
And that nigga,
That's facts.
He said 51, 52.
Oh no.
It's a joke. It's how perfect.
Yeah. No. What I was just saying is like I think the craziest thing is that like niggas that be on the other side of things. I think that like that it's almost like the idea that niggas don't. Is it that niggas don't respect it because you don't live it, or is it that you actually believe that like what you're doing is better than the traditional side?
I just like to crack jokes.
Oh, okay. So this is just fun. I just wanted to see.
Bro. At the end of the day, I really and truly don't
give a fuck.
How the
Right.
people run their household.
But-
all I care about is mine.
But you know, a lot of people, what they'll do is, and I've actually been accused of this myself.
They look
like
down on you.
They'll like literally, because it's not the decisions that they make for their life. They act like the shit that you're doing is wrong, or like you need
that's not
think
me.
more about it, or you know what I mean. People do that shit all the time.
You come home from work and ain't no food on the table, and you whip your wife's ass. That ain't got shit to do with me.
Nah, I don't condone shit. I don't condone.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Nah, that's slave shit.
But nah, to be more serious, I really don't. I really firmly believe that none of our situations are the same, and all of our situations are different, and they have to be governed differently than the next. I can't say Q and his future wife should be doing X, Y, and Z because that's what me and my wife do, or
Right.
Rail and his wife should be doing X, Y, and Z, or I should be doing X, Y, and Z based on what Rail and his wife do.
Right.
None of that shit matters because your job's different. My kids are older. His son is older than both of my kids. So our day-to-day activities are going to be different.
Absolutely.
And there's
Nigga,
gonna be
like
a way
your
that we distribute how those activities get completed.
Right. And
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
my, like, y'all landed at like one of my favorite parts of like these conversations, where it's like the reality of it is that every situation is so unique that like
You can't
it's
make them
fun-
fit in a
It's
box.
fun to talk about.
it's fun. Exactly.
But the reality of it all is that like do what actually works for y'all.
Just make sure it works.
Huh.
Don't just be doing shit
I mean,
and
that's
and
why,
niggas
like,
is unhappy.
my bad, we put it in bold cap. Actually,
Yes.
We pick on Rail, but if his wife is fine and she's happy and
Yeah.
their house is a happy house and everything is going good, then who the fuck am I to have anything to say about what's going on in that man's house?
Facts. Facts.
big on
And I think that we have to, and just to put a
No,
pin in it.
because you ain't got no wife.
The question they had nothing to do with wives. It had to do
Okay, well, go
with
ahead.
vulnerability and being. I gotta be married.
So how do-
Let's go ahead, bro.
So you do have like a unique perspective. So with white women, how does this work?
Oh man. Oh man.
Bro, how I start the show going back to black women?
And then he over the white women.
No, but like, y'all know the
Like, bro, you gotta pick a side, bro.
Y'all niggas be
How I start with black women and now I'm ending.
Why do you have to come back? When you come back, it's
because
you
I-
traumatized.
But
Hey,
he left.
I got enough love for everybody.
But he ain't got to come back now because the white women wear leggings and they got ass now.
Well, Ludacris said that back in like 04 about something about the new phenomenon. Something, but
Johnny
Is that when
Bro,
you
he
jumped
know
on?
He know the bars. He know the bars.
Hey, and I was a Ludacris fan, and I don't know when that shit said.
You know
Nah,
what?
he
I know it's probably talking about two blowing out your ass.
He said it's a new phenomenon. White women with ass. Nah, I remember that. I remember that.
But like I will say this, like where I'm at in my life, my bar for misery has low. I'm taking a lot less of that because
So you ain't letting them bitches talk trash about Black Lives Matter no
well
more.
because I learned how to be vulnerable. I'd be like, hey Becky, that really hurts my feelings.
But Trump does make me feel powerful when he raises his fist.
Yeah.
Hey, that's crazy. Hey, that nigga literally told you that like my aim is to make sure that there's no more voting. And motherfuckers still like, yeah, Yeah.
Well, you ain't got to vote ever
again.
Hey man, look. This show, if y'all want to come check out my political views, can catch me Wednesdays, 9:30 p.m. We on Unpack. We'll talk about it. I ain't scared. I ain't running. I doubled down 2 weeks in a row.